So Jim Fortmuller is up next.
Waiting in the wings.
Waiting in the wings. Give him a nice hand. Are you standing?
Yes. So I'm a little bit different than the other performers that we've had here because I don't have an internet presence. I don't have a band. I don't have a little bit. Okay. Yeah. And but I'm here, and thank you very much for the videographer as well. Charles. So this first song I have. I wrote years ago in a little island off the coast of Puerto Rico called Culebra, which used to be a Navy bombing island. The Acaz was another one. And my wife and I, we decided to vacation there for a couple of days before we took a cruise out of Puerto Rico. And the brochures looked great. It was a wonderful place. But we got to the beach there and they said, be careful. If you see anything shiny, it could be unexploded ordnance. So we knew that it was a funny place. But the shack was okay. The rusted out cars that they gave us were okay. The potholes were okay because we were on vacation. So that's this song. Could be sitting on some ship somewhere, sailing across the seas. Could take us around the world, you know. But right here is fine with me. A shack with running water, Jeep that's full of holes. They may be nothing fancy, but it's you who soothes my soul. It's not the kind of car you drive, it's not the fancy clothes, it's not how far you travel, it's those you love and know. With my feet up on the table, a bottle of cheap Chilean wine, a little Spanish goat cheese. I'm so glad you called me mine. Lazy cat sleeping on the blacktop, fat fishes in the pan, cold cervezas in the icebox, and us lying hand in hand. If it wasn't for your wisdom, if it wasn't for your face, If it wasn't for your patience, I'd still love you. For your grace. We could be sitting on our back porch, you reading in your chair, with a heavy rain just falling. There's still sunshine in the air. See, we could be sitting on some ship somewhere, sailing across the seas. It could take us round the world, you know, but right here is fine with me. Hey, thanks so much. The other thing that's different about me is that I need a teleprompter. And I can't afford one, so I have to have things down here. It's really funny how you know, songwriters, they'll get up here and they'll say, I wrote this song this way and this song this way, and I have no idea how these songs come to me. Maybe pretty morning magic, maybe life's sweetest tale. All I know is it does me real good to see you lying here close to me. This is how it should always be. I wake up early as the dawn is breaking. The pine and fog seem like a dream, and sun on leaf makes a golden moment. I see you lying here close to me. This is how it should always be. Yet you're asleep, yet it does me good to think these thoughts. I'm so afraid if I fall in love, all this could change. So I lie here and watch you breathe and wonder if it's meant to be. I wonder if it's just such pretty morning magic in the air. I know you know I can tell real good stories. I think you think that this may be one. How can I explain that this time there's no need? Just want you lying here close to me. This is how it should always be. Yet you're asleep, but it does me good to think these thoughts. I'm so afraid if I say too much, all this'll change. So I lie here and watch you breathe and wonder if it's meant to be. And wonder if it's just such pretty morning magic in the air. It must be more than merely morning magic doing this to me. It's so much more. Hey, thanks. Thank you. So 2 love songs, so I got to break that up a little bit. One of my incarnations was I was a bar manager, and I was I was managing a bar. It was a rib house in Richmond, Virginia, and one night in particular, the TV was on. There was a band playing and rowdy crowd, but the TV was playing behind the bar. And it was the first night of the Iraq War. Everybody started yelling, screaming, and saying, USA, USA. And I was sitting there, standing there, saying, you know, are they not thinking of all these poor people that the shit is getting bombed out of them? I don't like to write political songs, so I decided that I would write a cowboy song that evoked what I was feeling that night. So that's what this is. Don't you bury me, don't you bury me. Don't dig my grave on this here prairie. Don't you bury me, please don't bury me. Just don't leave me out here. There ain't no shade, there ain't no beer, ain't no rest, ain't no sweet honey dear. This ain't a place to set a man to his rest. I beg you don't bury me here. I've been working this range some 30-odd year. Gone sour on this place, don't plant me here. Dust has clogged my throat, sunbound burst my soul. Don't let me die here. The sand's so dry, the sun's so high. There's something missing here and I wonder why. The grace of God has never seen this land. This ain't the ending I planned. More than once under me a horse has gone lame. Waters run dry, it's such a shame to see a man go this way. I pray my maker I see another day. You can't get no sleep with the night so cold. Window is blowing and I'm always alone. My candle's burnt, lights growing dim. My last day on earth is a goddamn sin. So you can have my gun, you can take my boots. The horse is yours and all the loot. The water too, just one promise to me. You won't leave me out here. Just don't let me die here. Please don't bury me here. Thank you. I think I can lower this a little bit. So here's a tune that I wrote about my sister, who, as a little kid, the boys, there were 4 boys and a girl in the family, so we were all playing, cops and robbers, or cowboys and Indians, or football, or baseball, or something. And her girlfriends were in the same yard as we were, bothering the hell out of us, making believe they were horses. So this song is called Palomino. Now I got it. She stood stock still in her small yard, watching boy games of war or sport. No dolls or dresses or tea sets, she was dreaming of being a horse. With a long blonde mane behind her, she would canter through canyon and stream, gallop whenever it pleased her, believing in that horse of her dreams. When the whippoorwill would whisper, she'd hold her head up high, prance around the chain link corral, she'd become that Palomino. Years later, she met her soulmate, a dark stallion like her, wild and free. Broke fencing, started a journey to green pastures down by the sea. But sometimes something had called her, and she'd wonder just what it could mean. She was working and cooking and cleaning, and forgotten that horse of her dreams. The wind would whisper, remember, she'd whinny soft and low, and cock her ears and raise her head, once again a proud Palomino. When storms blew south, they moved southward, where the rivers ran to the sea. And when the days grew long, it was north again, to the foothills where they could roam free. But seasons change ever more swiftly, noting the passage of time. Nature's never forgiving, and old age is always unkind. He heard that siren calling, wind and waves whispered follow. He knew their journeys together would end soon, so he nuzzled that Palomino. She buried his body in springtime, first cut hay scent in the air. A gentle breeze was blowing, but she felt like a broken down mare. She stood on that beach where he left her, she had cared for him till his last day. His spirit will always run with her, his memories help show her the way. Above the hills stands that stallion, his gaze fixed far below, sending showers of love and affection to his sweet little Palomino. Now she stands stock still in her small yard, watching the days go by. No lipstick or hairspray or makeup, she still has that gleam in her eye. And with her long gray mane behind her, she still canters through canyon and stream, gallops whenever she pleases. She's become that horse of her dreams. Hearing the whippoorwill whisper, holding her head just so, prancing around in her mind's eye, it's strong spirit of the Palomino. It's strong spirit of the Palomino. It's strong spirit of the Palomino. So a couple of years ago, a songwriters group that I was associated with in Alexandria, Virginia, they said to everybody, okay, it's Christmas time. You know, actually it was probably October, and they said, it's going to be Christmas time. And so everybody write a Christmas song, an original Christmas song. And so I spent hours and days, and I don't write songs like this ever. They just kind of just flow out somehow. And so I'm not a particularly religious person, so I was trying to write something about the solstice, and I took like 20 pages of notes on all of these different religions that are built their Christmas traditions around the pagan traditions, and didn't come up with anything. And then one day, this came out. So. If ever was a need for Santa Claus, he'd be welcome here, with his bag of toys and his bells and noise and his sleigh and 8 reindeer. Yeah, we could use some goodies now, if I might be so bold. There's a lot of folks out in the street, and it's getting awful cold. Like Joseph seeking shelter from King Herod's deathly reign, they travel a long distance by foot and truck and train. Some say they mean to do us harm, the threat sits at our door, but peace on earth, goodwill to men is what they're looking for. If ever was a call for 3 wise men, we could use a few right now. They can keep their gold and their frankincense if they could show us how to thank the Lord for being born in a land that's rich and free, and offer up a helping hand to those of us in need. We had but a guiding star to show us all the way. I wonder if we'd follow it or listen to some devil say, there's nothing but a manger there with some sheep and a mule. Only I can bring salvation, and we would all be fools. was a need for Santa Claus, someone should make a call. I don't know what the answers are, but I don't think it's a wall. Thank you. The other thing about being a songwriter is a lot of people know how long they're taking. I have no idea. Martin, how am I doing for time?
I don't know.
Just keep playing? Okay. Here's a tune that I wrote years ago, probably about 10 years ago, and I forgot that I wrote it. And when Martin said, would you like to play? I said, damn, I better find some songs to play. So I went through it, and just yesterday I figured out how to play this song again. I hope I remember it. Throw a little light to shine my way. Throw a little light to shine my way. I know you ain't got much to say. Just throw a little light to shine my way. Show a little warmth to ease this cold. Show a little warmth to ease this cold. You're the hottest thing I ever know. So show a little warmth to ease this cold. I know we ain't got much to share. That's never been our biggest care. And after all that we've been through, you still have me, and I have you. Dance a little jig inside my head. Dance a little jig inside my head. Let me dream of you lying in my bed. You dance a little jig inside my head. Whisper something sweet for me to hear. Whisper something sweet for me to hear. Maybe something sincere. Then blow a little kiss from over there. I got to work on that one a little bit. Yes. Good. So one of the things that they tell songwriters to do is write about stuff you know. And I know I don't have a memory. I worked in a continuing care facility for about 7 years, and there was a memory unit in there, and my dad died of Parkinson's, and the last part of Parkinson's is a lot of memory issues, and so I wrote this song. Wish I had a memory. I'd remember all kinds of things. What stuff I have and who I know, and all the songs I used to sing. I remember songs I used to sing. My brother would be so amazed if I remembered his kids' names, what schools they're in and birthdays too, and scores of old baseball games, scores of baseball games. I remember that your eyes are blue, not green or brown instead. And I'd find all those little things that get lost inside my head, seem to get lost inside my head. I remember where I left my keys, maybe where I parked my car. Then I wouldn't have to walk instead, at least not quite so far. I wouldn't walk quite so far. And I remember how to sing this song, recall every single line, instead of saying la da 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 dee dee dee, oh la di da la di dee, oh la di da. But I remember that your hair is brown, not black or blonde instead. I'd find all those little things that seem to get lost inside my head. They're lost inside my head. They seem to get lost. They're just lost. I meant to end on a happy song, but that'll be it. So I'll save that one for